was a further point I wanted to make, is that animals, I don't like children as much because they inherit, children, because of their inherent capacity for language and advanced consciousness, they inherit the legacy and the corruption of their forefathers. That's what it's meant by the original sin, by the way. You could look at it that way anyway. So children, no matter how innocent, will end up being corrupted. So when Adam ate the fruit and became conscious of the difference between good and evil, so too a child reaches an age where it understands the difference between good and evil. Before that, it's just experience, like this dog. It's just experiencing the world. There's innocence there. But then comes the knowing, and then enters morality. So when I see the dog is in pain, experiencing pain, although he doesn't know pain, he's experiencing pain, I say it's bad. When the dog is lonely or starving, then morality enters into it, good and bad. Right? So similarly, when I'm ill, or I'm in pain, or I'm lonely, or hungry, or restless, or bored, there's a morality that enters into that causes further mental anguish, which is what affects us so deeply, more than the experience of that hunger, anger, loneliness, or pain does. That pure experience of hunger, anger, loneliness, discontent is sufficient unto itself. And yet, it becomes a moral issue of good and bad, and shame, and guilt, and fear. Right? So the trick is, I don't know how to do this with like chronic pain, long-term pain. But if I, let's say for instance, hit myself very hard on the elbow or the head, I rise up and I bang myself into a piece of concrete. Now, the first thing we do is resistance enters in, because it's a moral question. This is bad. The moral bad and good comes in. This is bad. This is evil. I resist it. But in reality, there's no morality to anything. We only create morality through thought. So then the answer is to just embrace. Let the pain, let the discomfort, the discontent flow through me. That instant of pain where I clench up, my whole body tenses and I'm fighting against it and I want to curse. Instead, just open myself up and let that pain flower within me to its full extent. Fall into it. For that moment, immerse myself in it. And then there's equilibrium is really achieved. But the moment resistance comes in, and thought comes in, and then resistance comes in. First the thought, this is bad, then the resistance, then there's, the anguish is multiplied. Hey, no. So how do we live without thought and out resistance? That's the question. And when we can answer that question, to live without resistance through thought, then we find joy. Or not even joy, we find peace.